He's coming to hang out. Sorry, everyone. I'm trying to find which live is actually live. Yes. Wendy, we are. I'm so sorry. It's so weird. Now I'm trying to find on my screen which one is actually like currently live. Okay, there we go. Okay. Yay! So that was so weird. I even just went and got Jason because I could type to all of you, and I could type to all of you on my iPad, and on my camera, like if I was looking through, I was moving. So that was really bizarre, but I saw that you guys were like, no, I want to see, so I didn't keep going. I literally only just got to the edge. Oh, okay. So hopefully it's not me, because so my boyfriend Jason's like the computer tech person, and I got him, and it's like all our stuff is working. And this time my sister didn't actually call. Before, when she had called, it had like paused it. But all right. Well, hopefully we're good. I'm really hoping that everybody that was on now sees this new one. I appreciate all of you being champs and coming back on. Right. I'm just trimming where, see on the corner here, because I start on a new row, it overlaps almost like what would be like a back stitch. So for those, I just cut. I don't tie those off. And then this one here is where I had left that turning hole. So this one I am going to tie. All right. Yeah, it looks like everybody, or mostly everybody's finding, so I appreciate all of you guys. I was watching a rerun of, I think it was Brittany from the Emporium, and she said that hers like went off in the middle of it too. So hopefully this time it stays good. If it does freeze again, definitely let me know though, because for whatever reason the comments both on where I'm watching and my phone kept coming up. So this one, I think I had a little bit of extra space when I was clipping it, so I'm just relining it up as I'm going. The next thing that I want to find is a cover stitch machine. I'm not in like a huge rush because I only make really my niece's clothes. I'm gonna start doing some for myself. That's one of my plans for the summer. But I absolutely hate hemming, and I hate hemming on a regular machine. So I'm thinking if I can find just like a cover stitch that is like cheap or affordable My thing is, I've been looking on Marketplace, but here in New York City, I'm always like leery about it. But because I don't even know if I would like it, so. Oh, Diane, you make all your clothes. I did not know that. That's awesome. Yeah, I just love the finished look of it. And most of the clothes that I sew with are knit anyway, so it just seems like it would be a great addition. And earlier today when I was clipping this, I was watching So Crafty Liz make, I forgot, it was one of the, I forgot what that was called. She had done the leggings, then she was making the matching like bra or crop top, however you wanted to do it, from Made for Mermaids, and I'm like, oh, I definitely need a cover stitch. Oh, yeah, that's true. See, that's my problem with making clothes for myself. I need to learn how to like grade and make the adjustments. So the serger like puts this finished edge and like it has a little knife blade and it trims it off, where the cover stitch is basically like a stretchy hem. So if you look at the bottom of your like t-shirts and stuff, or I always think of like athletic leggings, that hem is usually done with a cover stitch. Yeah, I'm so inspired by her with all the clothes. I didn't get to catch it live because I was driving back to New York, but I try to rewatch different people's lives if I don't catch them. Yeah, the cover stitches are a little bit more expensive than the serger too. I'm getting a little bit of some extra fabric here, so I'm just trying to like ease it in as I go along. When I was clipping, I must have could have had a wrinkle or slit. That's the one thing about Minky, it's so slippery. Me neither, Wendy. Listen, if they still look okay, I keep all my stuff. It's funny because I was filming a video the other day and I like put on a shirt that I was like, oh, I already just did that for a film video. And I was like, oh, I think I got to get some more clothes that don't have, that are just plain, because I have a lot that, not that they're fancy, but they're just like, even t-shirts with like bands names on it or places, and anything that has like a logo. And then it's funny, then I have like clothes that I wear for work that are like a little bit nicer, and then ones that I'm like, all right, I'm home now. Yeah, I think it's also, you know, just like the fast fashion and stuff too. Things from before are made with better quality. All right, so I just went to that edge and I'm just going to go over it a tiny bit the opposite way. Just because, like, I don't know if you can see it right here. I don't want it to open up on that edge. So this way will just seal it up for me. Yeah, I really want to learn to make my own, especially because I just feel like they'll last longer too, especially if you buy quality materials and stuff. All right, so this should be completely sealed up all the way around except for where I left my turning hole. So now I am going to turn it, and this is massive. It's 2 yards of Minky, and so it's wide. I want to say it's like 56 or 60 inches wide, so it's a lot of fabric coming through. Oh yeah, white I always get dirty. I'm terrible, and I'm also terrible about washing them like properly. I usually throw them in with all my colorful clothes, and then they turn gray. So, all right. So what I'm doing for this is now it's mostly turned, and I'm just gonna rub my hand along the seams just to make sure that it didn't slip and I didn't accidentally miss anything. And as I'm going, I'm also poking out the corners, and I like just running my fingers along the seam because I feel like it just kind of pokes everything out. Aw, thanks. Yeah, my cousin has a son who loves school buses. She sent me a video of his room, and literally, like, his bed, everything is school bus theme, and it's so hard to find. So I if you weren't here in the beginning, or the beginning of the first video, I ordered it from Spoonflower, and I find that their Minky, it prints super vibrant. It's really soft. I love their Minky. I've ordered their cotton before, and I think it prints okay, but it does fade with the first wash. So I wouldn't get anything that where it prints black, like the black actually looks more gray on the cotton. I've also tried their recycle canvas, which was okay too, but you definitely see the grain lines in it. So I know a lot of people, like, people either really like them or really hate them, and I just feel like depending on the base, it, they works differently. Yeah, see, Wendy, the print wasn't the greatest. Yeah, I find that if it is a cotton base, it's not the best. Like, you're better off getting from one of the custom fabric shops. But I've not had a problem with their Minky, and that's usually my go-to, mostly just because it's fast. Unless any of the small shops custom print Minky in the United States, that would be great. But I don't know if they all get sent out. Dad. My dad's teasing because I go home like at least twice a month usually. So I bring my laundry home with me because my apartment in New York, we do not have a washer or dryer, and I hate going to the laundromat. So I will bring stuff if I need to, but if it can wait and I have enough laundry or clothes to last me, I bring it home. But I do it myself at home. I don't have my parents do it. Though my mom, because she can't help herself, will sometimes throw loads in or fold it for me, which I'm grateful for. All right, so I have just put some clips to, this is where that turning hole was, and I put it on the bottom just in case it shifts a little bit, it's not as noticeable. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move to my regular sewing machine. So let me move this first. And I'm going to move the iPad so I can see the chat. But if you get motion sickness, I'm going to move the camera right now, so you might want to close your eyes for a minute. Have a good night, Wendy. All right. All right, if you close your eyes, we should be good now. I get super motion sickness, so I definitely wanted to warn anybody just in case. And so now you could clip this if you want. I'm not too picky. The only thing I'm picky about is that the seam gets sewed up. So I'm just going to start on the bottom and backstitch and just kind of go all the way around. I'm using my regular presser foot. If you do have a walking foot, I definitely recommend that. It makes it easier. Though the walking foot I have does not fit this machine, so. Yeah, see, Arnetta? That, you know, it works out. Alright, so I started a little bit from the edge just because sometimes I have to not pull it where I'm bending my needle, but help get it through. So now I am just going to kind of line this up as I go along. I'm using my regular presser foot and I've lined it up with the inside circle, and I have my largest stitch length, and I'm just going to top stitch all the way around. And I'm doing, it's probably about 1/8 of an inch. You could do a wider one if you wanted. I'm doing the 1/8 just to make sure I really close up that turning hole. Especially because with the serger, it cuts off fabric, so there's not as much folded in as if I were, you know, using like a 1/2 inch or larger seam allowance. I told you, Mary Lou, you're gonna meet my parents in Vegas, and you and my mom would get along so well. You iron your daughter's son-in-law's clothes. That's funny. See, that's my grandma. My grandma loves to iron. Or I don't know if she loves to iron, but she irons everything. My mom doesn't iron, but she will clean everything. She's always... My sister lives like 5 minutes away, and my mom is always there helping her and helping clean her house. I'm sure if I lived closer, it would be the same thing. And I'm just kind of moving this as I go along to find the edge, mostly because Minky is so heavy that I don't want this to drag down and pull out from underneath my presser foot, so. And this one, it didn't pop out quite as good. I must have missed that when I was running my hands. So I just wiggle it to try to get a nice crisp corner. When I'm making bags, you know, like when you turn the bag through like the pocket or whatever, and then the directions are like seal up the pocket, I always seal up the pocket as my very last step. So that way I can reach inside the bag and poke out along the top where I'm top stitching. Yeah, I'm so excited to be getting this done because I know my cousin's going to be so happy, and it feels good checking something off my to-do list. I'm And this is definitely like one of the slow and steady wins the race. If I clipped it, it probably would go a little bit faster. But because I'm kind of adjusting as I'm going along, it's taking a little bit of time. What else would probably work nice too is like the longer hair clips to keep it aligned. Before I used my serger when I was sewing Minky on just a regular sewing machine, instead of sewing all 4 sides at once, I used to sew one side at a time, so that way I could accommodate if it slipped or anything. And depending on the type of Minky, especially like the Shannon Minky that's like super plush, and sometimes it has like the nap going multiple different ways, it's not as noticeable if it moves a little bit on you. And I'm at the corner, so I'm just now rotating for this side. And what I am going to do is just double check, because the bottom is where my turning hole was, so it was right here. So before I get like too far, I just want to make sure that it actually sealed up. On the corner, because it's a little bulky, I just use the tip of my scissors to help, almost like a stiletto, to help push it through. Alright. I'm just rearranging it. That's like one of the, I don't know if it's difficult, but you definitely have to move a lot of it. It's a lot of fabric. I'm going to try to get this into the mail tomorrow. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to fit it into a flat rate one, like a padded mailer, or if I'm going to have to use a box. We'll find out. It's so funny because sewing it in real time, like especially when I film videos like this part here, I would always just film it in a time lapse. So it's always funny to me how long it actually takes, or takes me, I should say. I know some people are very fast sewers. What's happening is the layers inside are slipping on each other. And this is probably where the walking foot would really help, keeping it even as it's going through. I need to figure out which size or type of walking foot. I don't know if the one that's like just says Singer, because I have a brother one for the other brother sewing machine, and it fits on this one, but it doesn't actually pull the fabric through. And the other thing too that I really recommend, if you're working with Minky, so I trimmed it and then I clipped it all together, is definitely wash it, because there's so many loose fibers, because it's almost like fur. And another trick that I use is you can run like a lint roller over the edge. So sometimes after I cut it, I'll do that before I move the fabric, and that really helps keep the clean up to a minimum. Oh, Nicole, you like to iron? I'm really terrible about it. Like, I feel like if I try to iron something, I'll, flatten out one part and then I get more wrinkles in another. Jason's really good at ironing clothes. Like, if I need something ironed, I usually have him do it. The only time I use my iron is to interface. Or, like, the quilts, like, pressing the seams. I try to buy clothes that don't need to be ironed. Or, like, when I was younger and I was home and I had the dryer right there, I would be like, oh, don't need iron, just throwing it in the dryer. All right, finally, that was a super long side. Hey, Kim, how are you? Oh, wow, Arnetta used to press sheets. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I do not iron at all. Diane, maybe that would be the case. Because I can see where it would be really, really satisfying, especially if you were making something from, like, woven and having, like, that nice crisp line. Like, I do agree that when they're pressed, they look great. Like, especially with pants with the clean, like, seam, I guess, that you get from the ironing. I don't know what you would want to call it. Like, that nice line. Since I was on the corner, I just used my scissors again. Oh, you ironed dishcloths. Oh my gosh, Diane, that is so funny. Yeah, whenever I think of like ironing and like perfectly pressed clothes, I always think of my grandma and my meme because they were like big sticklers, and like my meme has passed away now, but my grandma's still alive, and I every time I see starch, I think of her. So this long side took forever because I was going against the nap, but now that I'm going like sideways, it's so much smoother. Oh, summer school for high schoolers. Yeah, Kim, I was saying my school ends next Thursday. So I'm hoping that I can do a bunch more lives and filming. Like, I'll have way more free time. You know what, Nicole? That's a really good idea. I never thought about that to try to clean it. That's great. Maybe I will take up ironing to do that. Yeah, I have an easy press, a Cricut easy press. And I had it because I used to do a lot more Cricut crafts. I haven't in a while. Sewing has really taken over. But yeah, I use my easy press for all my interfacing. What I'd like to do is I try to cut a few projects at a time and then like interface them all at the same time too. I do find that with the heat press that the interfacing sticks much better than when I use an iron. And a lot of times, even if they say to use steam, I don't use steam, and the interfacing still sticks really well. Oh, I hope it gets better, Kim. The transitions are always hard for school to summer. Or at least I think on kids and parents, but the teachers are like super excited. Yeah, Nicole, you gotta share those tips. I love that. We're all gonna be ironing our mattress. Oh, wow. Kim, you're already out of school and into summer school. Oh my gosh. We don't start till after Labor Day here, and we have so many holidays that our last day is always the end of June. Like this year's the 26th. Sometimes it's even like the 28th. And when I worked summer school, it would be like a 2-day break and then right to summer school. Yeah, Cynthia, same. Like this weekend, I think I definitely want to do like sometimes I'll do like a whole deep clean on the weekends, especially with it being like me getting out of school or having more time. I go into the like a cleaning burst, or the same thing with my craft room. Like it would be so smart if I just organized it as I went along or cleaned it as I go along, and I usually let it get crazy and then spend like 2 days in chaos just trying to organize it all. I would have thought the longer sides would have been a little bit easier because sometimes there's a little bit of strength going like horizontal, but the shorter sides sewed up so much easier, or at least I didn't have to readjust it as much. Could also be that it's just like a less distance. Yeah, that's smart, Cynthia. See, I should do that. I am very good about my threads. Like I keep a cup here and I put all the little clippings into it. I don't throw them on the floor, but I am like with pulling out fabrics or rulers or whatnot. I should be better about putting that stuff away as I when I'm done with it. Yeah, I could see that, Kim. Here in New York, we have so many holidays with all the different like cultures and religions. Um, so I don't know. I don't think people complain that we go too long because I mean, we still get 2 full months off, and we still have like a full week in February during President's Week. Whereas like my parents or my family back home, my mom works at a school in Connecticut, and they only get like the Monday, Tuesday. So oh yeah, that's smart. I keep one right underneath me. Yeah, I guess when I'm trimming the fabrics and stuff, I do toss that. So I never usually have a problem um, with like the threads getting caught in like the wheels of my chair or stuff like that. Mine is more of just piles. And it's like I have crafting stuff and then I have sewing stuff and then it's like, all right, this stack is Minky and this is knit and this is vinyl. It's just I feel like I got like a whole warehouse. And that's not even including the stuff for like our shop. That's in a whole different room. So even though this is 2 yards, I don't put any like stitches in the middle to like tack it together or tie it together. You could definitely do that. I've made quite a few of these blankets like this for my cousin, and it's not been a problem. I've made some even with for my sister and like our couch and stuff with custom fabric too. And I've not put any stitches in the middle. Yeah, that's how I am too, Cynthia. And I'm really, really bad with, like, I don't throw anything away. Like, I have no problem giving stuff away, but I'm really big about, like, not just tossing stuff. Um, so, like, the other day, we just brought so much stuff to Goodwill that had been sitting for a while. And, like, even with fabrics, I keep my scraps and stuff, and I try to repurpose them or interfacing. So, but yeah, it's really funny like that. I feel like it's not just crafts, it's like anything. As soon as you get rid of it, you're like, oh, where was that? I could use that. What's nice is that when I was in the classroom, I would bring like all my crafting stuff in. Or now, if I have extra stuff that I haven't really used, like I had a whole bunch of beads and things, I'll bring them home to my nieces. that is one thing too. Like if you are looking to get rid of craft stuff, definitely check with your local schools, because I know teachers, I would say never say no as a teacher, and I'm sure there's a lot more because we bring so much of our own stuff into the classroom. Alright, I'm on the very last edge, just matching up to where I started my stitches. Yeah, same. If it's like over an inch or two, I definitely keep it. Especially interfacing, because then you can use it for like the back of snaps, or same thing with like waterproof canvas. A lot of times I'll fold them up and use it as like a buffer between rivets, the snaps where you either like the ones that you press on, or like the prongs that you fold back, all sorts of stuff like that. But yay. So I just finished the last stitch in the bottom, and I use black thread. The nice thing about Minky is that if your seam is not so perfectly straight, it does blend in, and like on the back, the backing fabric is black, so like you can't even see it at all. So I mean, obviously this is not going to fit in the camera, but I'll try to hold it up as best I can. So it doesn't have like a border or anything, it's just the plain print, and it was just two yards of the spoonflower print, and then 2 yards of just regular Minky. I can't remember if this is Shannon or what brand. I just ordered it off of Amazon because it would come in quick. So it worked out good. Off camera I'll have to take a picture. I'll have to hold it up and put it up. But yeah, so this is how I do my blankets. I'm like, I've had this for like 2 months. My poor cousin's been waiting, so I'm so happy to finally get it done for her. Oh, the embroidery machine. Yeah, that's great. Embroidery machine is definitely on my bucket list. But I want to wait until I have where I could get a bigger hoop, because that's what everyone says. Like, make sure you can get the largest hoop size, because you'll want to upgrade. All right, so I'm gonna hop off for the night. I'm gonna go take a picture of this and then package it up with some color catchers for my cousin. And I really appreciate you guys hopping on with me, especially with the little hiccups of starting late and it freezing. So thank you so much for finding the second part. I always look forward to chatting with everybody. You guys give me so much motivation. So I hope you guys all have a good rest of your week and a good weekend, and I'll be on next Tuesday night live for sure, and definitely be active on my social media. So I hope you have a good one. Thanks, Cynthia. I appreciate it. Thank you guys so much. Good night.